No matter how often I put on a clean shirt, there's always seems to be little bits that show up that I don't see. Hello and welcome to another video on my channel. If you haven't seen anything from me before, please feel free to check out my other stuff if you so feel inclined after this video, of course. So over the past few weeks, it's been tremendously rainy here in summertime in Britain, as is standard for this part of the country or any part of England. So instead of spending my free time outdoors, as I try and like to do as often as possible, I've been reined in. I've been stuck in on rainy Sundays. So me and Jess decided to rewatch the series Black Sails. And oh my God, it's one of our favorites. We love it to bits. And every time we go through it, we get this huge buzz of adrenaline to go back and research, as much as we can during during the Golden Age of Piracy and about Nassau and all that sort of stuff. So I just wanted to make this quick video on a book that I got after the first time that I got into Black Sails and wanted to do a little bit of sort of research, but casual research, research just for fun, about the real pirates behind that show. And I wanted to title this video the book you must read if you enjoy Black Sails, but obviously that's Treasure Island, because Black Sails is a prequel to Treasure Island, made for grown-ups and re-envisioned and that kind of thing, with some really nice characters added and some really fantastic story writing, especially if you're into screenwriting. Black Sails is a hell of a one to watch because it's got such a fantastic example of how to tell a story properly and how to keep you guessing, even though you kind of know where it's going through Treasure Island. I guess this is going to be the second book that I recommend you read if you're into Black Sails, but that makes a rubbish title, so I'm going to stick with it. This is the book that you have to get, or you have to indulge yourself in if you're a fan of Black Sails or just like pirates in general. Now, I also want to preface this video again with like a warning. Look, I know pirates weren't necessarily nice chaps, nor were the Navy or any of those, colonial figures and stuff. Is the history is awful, it's brutish, and especially now in the 21st century we look back and we condemn that stuff. So I'm just going to sort of hope that you understand that when I show excitement for this, I'm not celebrating murder and all the other horrible stuff that pirates got up to. I'm just sort of looking at it as a fan, just lighthearted, as a hobbyist, one may say, and that's just, I hope that people understand that, and I'm not just going to go and start glamorizing murderers and pillagers and all that awful stuff. I guess I'm just sort of fascinated with how people lived in the olden days. I like asking myself, would I have survived in that time? And I definitely think in this instance, in the instance of the Golden Age of Piracy, I definitely would not. Anyway, rambling, I apologise. Basically, this book is Pirates, a general history of the robbers and murders of the most notorious pirates, by Captain Charles Johnson. Now, this book, if you are not familiar with it, what a treat. The actual book itself, how it was written, is cast in infamy. So just reading off the back, originally published in 1724. 1724 this book was published. It's a good copy, isn't it, to say that it's 300 years old. This famous account of the lives and exploits of the most notorious pirates of the day was an immediate success, written by the mysterious Captain Johnson, who was for some years thought to be Daniel Defoe. It appeared in the book world at a time now described as the Golden Age of Piracy. So basically, Captain Charles Johnson didn't exist. It's a pseudonym from someone who we have no idea who it could be. Daniel Defoe, I must admit, I'm not 100% sure who that is. They thought it was this Daniel Defoe figure. Anyway, it turns out that it's most probably not. That's pretty much been what I can find online. They're really saying that it's the most likely think that it's not him now. So that leaves a total mystery author. Ooh, exciting. This entire book is like a summed up biography of the most notorious pirates who you definitely will have heard of, and maybe a few that you haven't, especially if you've watched Black Sails or Pirates of the Caribbean and stuff. These names will you will know, definitely they'll strike a chord with you. It's super exciting and intriguing to get into this, and how from like the author's perspective it's clear that the guy knows what they're talking about. Some or many people estimate that the person who wrote this was a pirate captain themselves, or at least a high seafaring fellow, because they seem to know a lot about the ways of life. So that's interesting itself. It could have been a retired pirate. Could have been Anne Bonny, you never know. So in the contents, it lists all of the pirates that are covered. So I'll just list a few: Captain Avery, Captain Martell, Captain Teach, who's obviously Blackbeard. We didn't know if Teach was Thatch or not. You know, Blackbeard's name is cast in some mystery as well, just because of the different spellings and different you know, ways that they recorded names and stuff. It's not really consistent, so we're not really sure if it's Thatch or Teach or like a load of other things. Anyway, this book, this copy, this version says Teach. I'm not sure if, you know, it's been renewed in later versions. Major Bonnet, Captain England, Captain Vane, who's obviously a huge character in Black Sails, Captain Rackham, huge character in Black Sails, Mary Read, Anne Bonny, Black Sails, Captain Davis, Captain Roberts, Captain Ansist. Can't pronounce that one. Worley, Lowther, Lowe, obviously again from Black Sails, Philip Spriggs, Go, Kidd, and some accounts of the privateers as well. So basically, this is a really great book to sort of learn kind of as much as you can at this point about these notorious figures. Of course, there was no real sense of documentation there, and a lot of the things are kind of hearsay and rumor and legend, and as we know in the pirate world, a lot of these guys' stories were embellished quite a large amount, because that was the whole point. They wanted to be feared, they wanted to be you know, they wanted their stories and names to be traveled. Essentially they wanted to be famous, which I'm sure quite a lot of us can relate to, but they just went about it in a different way. Although I've seen some videos on TikTok, not too different from some folks wanting to be famous. Anyway, so the chapters are kind of short. They're about sort of 10 to 12 pages each, and they go to, as I said, they go into about as much depth as you kind of can. A lot of it is hearsay, but the stories are really flowered with adventure, and, you know, because you're not looking at it from like a true historian's point of view, like I'm not writing an essay on it, or I'm not like too bothered. I just want to learn more about the stories and about like the way of life. And for that reason alone, this book is fantastic. It talks about the sights, the smells, the, you know, the cannonade around the Caribbean and the Bahamas and all of the, you know, the main places where these pirates were. And also a lot of them, how they met their ends. So, look, so to stick with the Black Sails theme, you know, Rackham goes off into the sunset, but in real life he was murdered or was hung before. That sounded like a statement on capital punishment. That's way too heavy for this video. But he was hung, he was captured and hung way before Charles Vane. And, you know, Charles Vane was the one who was a lot more sort of intelligent and, you know, paced as a person, it seems, from the accounts in this book, whereas Rackham was a lot more bloodthirsty and energetic, at least in his words. I don't want to spoil too much for you, but it turns out that he can't, you know, he's not very good at holding to his word, but he's able to strike venom through his words, and I guess that is portrayed a little bit through Black Sails. Now, of course, I know that Black Sails is a dramatization, obviously, but it's still really, really cool to go into the, you know, the most accurate records that we can find through books like this, and then see how they plot by using real life events of those characters and weave that into the story, which just adds a whole new element of fun, really, and a whole new element to a whole new way of enjoying the show. So basically, if you like pirates, I recommend this book because it tells you about pirates. Can you tell I didn't have a script for this video? I've got a load of stuff to I've set out to film. Some, you know, really in-depth reviews. I've got some written reviews to post. I'm not sure if it's going to go up later this week because I'm at a wedding this week, but I'll definitely make up for it in the week after. So please do check back. If you're interested, please do find, if you're interested in this sort of thing about me just rambling about books that I like and audiobooks that I like and stuff about being an audiobook narrator. That's what I do, by the way, for a job. Do feel free to check out other videos on this channel. So I'm sure I don't need to remind you, you'll do what you want. Anyway, weird morning. I haven't really fully woken up yet. You know it's a good YouTube video when it's prefaced and ended with someone apologising for the video, essentially. Anyway, let me know who your favourite pirate is, and I will take no points for Johnny Depp. So yes, thank you so much for watching this video. Couldn't recommend this book anymore. It is a really, really interesting read. It's quite tough because it's quite a tough read because of the the language and stuff, but it's not like impossible. I'm not necessarily the most educated man in the world, and I found it reasonably easy to go through. But yeah, it's fantastic. I've just remembered like some really nice illustrations there. Again, I don't know how accurate that can be because there was not really many portraits of these guys, because they didn't tend to be portraits of criminals and as I say, pirates. Anywho, thank you so much for watching this video. Please leave a comment below if you have any questions for me, or have any recommendations for videos, or have any book recommendations for me just to get into. That'd be thoroughly appreciated. Leave them in the comments below. My social media, all accounts should be listed below. Although, to be honest, different video again, but I'm sort of going off using social media a little bit, truthfully. So if you do send me a message, I know a few people from this channel have sent me Instagram messages, and then I stopped going on Instagram for like ages. And then I came back to like a load of messages, and it just sounded like I was too cool for school, ignoring my followers. And I just wanted to get across to you that I would never do that. I don't have that many to ignore. So thank you so much once again for watching this video. Please let me know if you've read this book, or if you read it or want to, or all that sort of stuff. And enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.